Hopefully the view works now that I'm in like regular gallery mode. We'll see. We're live again. Nope, it's still just the stupid speaker view mode. So yeah, I don't know. Brian and I thought we had fixed it, but apparently not. Sorry, guys. You're just gonna see one of us at a time, unfortunately.
That's some bullshit. We'll go over to my YouTube channel. You'll see all of us. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Lindsay's simultaneously streaming on hers as well.
It's
So
it's not there yet. Hold on. Like I literally
she will be. It's
I will
coming.
see. Always while visiting the site, my display name.
Okay. Stream chat. Oh my gosh. Debbie goes great freeze face. And then she said frozen. Mickey says frozen Lindsay. And then Damien goes, pretty sure this is all in the Matrix. All right. Nope, that's just Lindsay. She just has that beauty queen smile on her face.
No, it's a little frozen.
Yeah, you are.
That's weird.
I'm looking at my stream. It looks like I'm fine. Yeah, you're the one that's like evident that. Okay.
Right.
Anybody else want to make fun of us? Let's see here.
Oh, got it. Share screen. Oh, and here I am with like a no background. If I have this stupid green screen for my background, I'm never gonna forgive myself.
Why? Oh, you mean like the actual green screen?
Okay, I got it. Oh my God. No, I did. I have the actual green screen. It was like behind me in my stream. And so I'm
Mickey
over here.
says, I see an office. I see an office for you too, Lindsay. And yeah, Pythagora, i.e. Brian goes, oh yeah, it's chopping on Lindsay. And that's the weird thing is she wasn't choppy at all before until, oh, I bet it's because you're streaming, Lindsay.
Yeah, hold on. I live in a
You
small
might
town.
have to kill your stream.
I'm gonna
You
kill
guys,
a
eventually we're gonna get it together.
Oh yeah,
We'll
I will kill
probably
this.
start this about 9 p.m.
Yeah. No, that's not true. Stand by. That's not funny. It's going
She goes, it's not funny.
going to happen. It's going to happen.
No, Debbie, you don't need to log back in. Oh my God, this is so funny.
No, it's so us, it's not even funny. Like we got a late start to get a late start. What's really funny is like everybody's on your side of the table can see Twitch, but I'm about to launch my side, which I may just say
I
screw it.
don't think you should stream though, Lindsay, because I think it's really like killing it's like totally choppy with you, but you weren't choppy before we went live.
All right, is it choppy now? Because I just disabled everything.
Yeah, it's still choppy.
All right, stand by. All right, let me close out of everything. I'll close out of everything and I won't go
Holly's
live.
like, I just got here and I'm like, that's wonderful. It's a total disaster.
It's not a disaster. Like, okay, just so
Oh,
everybody
Brian
knows,
says it's good. You're good. I see you're not choppy anymore.
I'm logging out of all my devices. So just sorry, everyone. Sandy went live and wasn't like, hey, we're going live. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah, I did because I said, oh, let's show how the title creation is like done. You guys, before we went live, I go, hey, Lindsay, what title should we do? And she goes, oh, I've got a bot for this. It's totally programmed. And she proceeds to write a fucking novel about like, so we're doing a MyRECo reveal, Texas Ranch broker, CEO Sandy Lynn Burnett. I like tequila. I like ranches. We're disruptors. I mean, she typed for 5 minutes for the title.
Did you want a good, did I not deliver a good title? Let me tell
It
y'all.
is.
If you're an
It is a
AI
cute
person, if you're
title.
an AI person, it's garbage in, garbage out. And Sandy said, give me a sassy title. And what did I do? I gave her a killer fucking title. And now she's going to dog me for it. So, welcome to my Rico Reveal Texas edition. My name is Lindsey Hollin, and you know what? I'm gonna have to turn my cute little background off because I got to show you this because you can't do the Texas edition without having Texas tequila. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So we're gonna unblur. This is my studio without the fancy. So we have our ice, we have our salt, we have the one and only, and if you drink tequila, you know Lalo. This. If you ain't in Mexico and you in America and you got to drink tequila, this is number one right here, folks. I'll give you a little background. Everybody's heard of Don Julio? Well, Don Julio sold out, sold to another family, not even a family, a corporation, went downhill. The grandson of Don Julio said, I would like to make my dad's recipe. I want my grandfather's recipe, right? They said no. So you know what he said? You know, in true family fashion, I'm just gonna make my own tequila. And the grandson of Don Julio makes this, and guess what? Tito's Vodka just bought this. That's how epic. Oh,
Oh, I remember you telling me that. She flips the cap off.
and what we're making today, folks, this is a ranch water. This is a nice little Texas drink. It's called ranch water. It is a shot of tequila. It is soda water and lime from my HEB. If you know Texas, my HEB is the most epic grocery store on the planet. I'm not going to salt the rim, but I am going to do my, by the way, this is sea salt from Cabo San Lucas, like the Sea of Cortez. Like this is the best sea salt in the world. Yeah, that's how bougie we are about our drinks. I'm not going to salt the rim, but I'm going to sprinkle a little in. Cheers. Welcome to MyRECo Revealed, Texas edition.
Cheers. That's amazing. Pythagora Brian says Tito's handmade vodka isn't handmade. The name of the company is literally Tito's Handmade Vodka. I didn't realize that, but that's and then Debbie says, you ladies look beautiful. Thank you, Debbie. And she also says ranch water is my drink.
Mm-hmm. Basically, it's like the diet margarita.
Oh, I like that background, Lindsey. That's cool. Showing off your listing.
That's one of my listings right there. You know, moving
That's
and
a
shaking.
really smart idea. I love that.
You know, that's why they pay me the big bucks, Sandi. That's why you keep me around. Keep me around
Yep.
for these ideas right here.
We be rich here at My Real Estate Co.
Listen, fake it till
Okay,
you make it.
I am so excited for Lindsey to join me on this MyRECo reveal because honestly, I think we've grown so close since you've joined our brokerage and since we've truly started finding our stride. But Lindsey, I've known Lindsey for years. I want to say like 6 or 7 years I've known her. And I like to talk to the agents about the power of social media. And we basically met through social media, even though we were both at EXP. Lindsey came on my That Broker Girl podcast. And this just goes to show you if you're posting on social media and you're posting quality content, you never know who's watching because Lindsey never talked to us about her brokerage or anything. She just approached me one time and said, hey, I've been watching you and I want in. I want to open Texas for you. I want to do it. I mean, I'll let Lindsey speak for herself, but it was really cool because I had no idea that somebody like Lindsey was even paying attention. And she didn't just call to be like, hey, tell me more. She called to be like, I'm in, let's do this. And that is the power of social media. People are watching. They're watching the content that you put out there. Lindsey?
Also, too, in addition to that, it's using social media to strengthen your relationships because it wasn't just we were watching. We also kept in touch. And I think that's the difference between people that post versus people that engage. And I mean, really highly engaged, send messages, correspond. I mean, Sandi and I never text. We corresponded through text messenger, you know, direct messenger, DMs, PMs, whatever you want to call it. So I think people take social media and they only see like it at face value. They don't see how you can use it as a conversation tool, as another. It's basically like an additional cell phone. It's an additional text message. It's like you can now call on these apps, these social media apps. So I take it a step more. It's not just the power of social media, but it's the power of engaging in and connecting with people in social. People hit you up all the time in LinkedIn and you're like spam, spam. But like when you're actually having a conversation and engaging and diving in on a high level, it's just another way to connect instead of using the text app or the phone app on your cell phone. So I always like to bring it back because sometimes people hear that and like, well, I'm doing social media and I'm posting these static posts and I'm not getting anything out of it. You actually have to dive in and still have a conversation, still network using these tools. And so, yeah, it's been a while since Sandi and I met. I was impressed with her vibe and her demeanor and her thought process. I could just tell that her and I would have the same connection on a high level, as well as wanting more. We want more out of our business. We want more out of our tools. We want to give back more. I do think that Sandi and I are both givers. We run a tight ship, but we want the best out of other people on our team. I think we have, a team mentality to the core. I was a professional athlete. I trained on the Olympic level. Sandi is a retired Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. And I think when you're in those atmospheres and that is the life that you choose, you always want the people around you to be the best that they can be. I know that sounds cliche, but a chain is as strong as its weakest link. So if you're on our team, we want you to live up to your potential. And sometimes the people outside can see your potential. So just like when I saw Sandi, I was like, nope, you're going to run a national brokerage. I was like, we're running Texas. We are opening Texas right now. Like, I see your vision, sign me up. And I will actually tell you, I do consulting for multiple firms and I work for other brokerages. And I had a brokerage get salty when I wasn't even really working for them yet and helping Sandi and them move forward with our agreement. And mind you, I work with multiple firms and this firm knew that. They were so salty about it. They terminated our contract and it was quite a big contract. So that just lit a fire under my ass because I laughed so hard because it ended up that firm was a part of the buyout with Compass and Anywhere Real Estate. And so it just kind of made me laugh because now like we joke at our firm and you guys listening for the first time, what Sandi has done is basically the business plan that Compass Real Estate, buying Anywhere brand, which is Century 21, Coldwell Banker, all the association affiliated franchise, and then also the Compass mentality, that whole mentality of having open choice for agents, association versus non-association platforms all in one house. Sandi and her partner Hollin are doing that. And you know what? They didn't have to spend $5 billion to get it. I mean, I am like I said, I saw the vision. I was like, we are about to roll out we are the smartest people on the planet. But here's the thing. It also took gusto, real risk. It was real risk. You and Holly put up your own incomes to make it happen. Several other people in this office are putting up their own incomes to make it happen. And I won't get off my soapbox, but bringing it back to, it wasn't social media, but it was how we use that tool to take our network to make it our net worth and see an opportunity with somebody who could be a real partner and run with it and trust that partner. And so I am so happy to be here today because of that risk. You get Sandi and I's Texas tequila edition of MyRECo Revealed.
Lindsey, that's a really great point. She's not bullshitting when she says that the people that have faith in this brokerage, the staff members, that they put up their own income in order to make this work. And I think what a lot of brokerages forget is that the people are what their asset is. And these CEOs and these big ballin agents, these big ballin agent recruiters or whatever, they really start to lose sight that you have all this money, you have all this success literally because of the people that back you. And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget, what we have all gone through, what we go through on a daily basis. You guys, I am a fucking tyrant. I am a fucking nightmare to work for and work with. And honestly, I would not have it any other way with these. The people that are on our team are some of the brightest minds I've ever come across in the industry. And it's like it's like a magnet, right? We're all linking up with each other. I had never met Josh Reese, Kyle Reese before Holly and I started this brokerage, and somehow they magically fell into our lap. Lindsey, she saw this and she saw the vision, and she's just like, let me tell you what we're going to do. Texas, she goes, Texas needs this. Texas needs this. Agents are dying for this model. And so, yeah, I just wanted to take a second to recognize the power that we are, because we are small but mighty, but we just run. I feel like we run circles around everyone else. We're not afraid to innovate. People are afraid of our innovation. We're getting smacked down, but if you truly want to align with some actual disruptors, not just people using it like buzzwords, we are actual disruptors in the industry. If you truly wonder, is there something better for me out there in real estate? I'm going to tell you yes, and we're it. Agents deserve better. You deserve better. And if you want your business to be better, hitch your wagon to us.
Amen, sister.
Some of the comments, Brian goes, the Marines do more with old equipment and fewer personnel than the big green army. It's baked into our training and mindset that we do more with less. And that's so true. I'm a Marine, Brian's a Marine, Kyle's a Marine, and a lot of people don't even realize that. They never knew that. And so once they find out, they're like, oh, that now I
That
get
makes
it.
sense. Yeah. Oh yeah. I tell people, if you get offended, if you get offended by being super efficient and being direct, I learned a long time ago when I joined the farm and ranch world, and mind you, male dominated industry, not something I'm scared of. I mean, I grew up shooting since I was 5. We talked about competitive sports and teams. I was a competitive shooter, and I trained for the Olympics in shooting. So having a gun in my hand as a little girl, and dealing with how men would talk to me or perceive me, and even when I was shooting well, would tell me what to do, and I'm like, no, okay. When I got into the farm and ranch world, at farm and ranch real estate, mind you, to have the big dogs, come at you. And also, I was very fortunate that I had some of those big dogs humble themselves and train me. And it just was like, sugarcoating it doesn't help anyone. If anything, if someone's sugarcoating it for you, that's an insult to you that they can't shoot you straight. So I want to be around the people that are going to be bold, because if it's hurting your feelings, that means it's putting you in an uncomfortable situation. And that means that you've gotten lazy. And I am forever grateful. And I've listened, you guys, I've had to check myself because Sandy's hit me. And I was like, no, ma'am, you're operating on half the information. I appreciate your insight, but you know what? Now I'm going to tell you what really happened. And I was like, do you still want to yell at me after you got that insight? And she's like, okay, you handled it right. I didn't know that information. I'm like, you're the CEO. I'm not going to bother you with that shit. And like, we just come at it. We have the conversation. But I remember there were days where I just would have not said anything, turned around and ignored it and just found another avenue to go on and leave. So I appreciate the boldness to help me grow and to teach me how to delegate. And, I've had some very uncomfortable conversations with some of our new agents. And it's like, okay, we want to move past where we're at. We're going to have to get uncomfortable. And that's also helped me offer a little more grace. Because it does suck to talk about failure. It does suck to talk about where we have fallen short, but we're not going to learn how to get to that next level, how to be millionaires and billionaires, if we're not going to talk about what we're doing now isn't working. So we got to snap the fuck out of it. We got to stop this hee-hawing around with, I don't want to hurt my clients' feelings. I'm like, no, your clients hired you to do a job and to meet their goals. And you know what? They're probably not going to like what you tell them. Their house is never going to be worth, or their land is never going to be worth what they think it's worth. It's not going to be worth what Uncle John down the fucking road told him it was going to be worth. But you know what? My clients appreciate, I was like, listen, I'm going to shoot you straight. I'm never going to lie to you. And I was like, and I have the same information that John Doe has down the road. So if John Doe wants to list your property for a much higher price than everybody else knows it's worth, what does that tell you about John Doe? That he's willing to say whatever it takes to get a yes out of you. And I said, that's not the guy I want negotiating for me. And normally when you shoot people straight, they appreciate it. And you'll also get paid for what you're worth.
That's so true, Lindsay. Debbie McLean says, I tell people all the time that I've never been this blessed to be aligned with this many creative brainiacs. All of you make me smarter coming from a male dominated industry. Concrete construction has a dream path to real estate. And so thank you for saying that, first of all, Debbie. But you made a really good point, Lindsay. A lot of these brokerages, I've noticed that their pattern is to promise agents the world and to be like, to tell them whatever they want to hear. Okay. Sign on the dotted line, sign your soul away, essentially. Move your entire business over because once you're over here, we know we can treat you however the fuck we want to treat you. And then you're going to be like, it's really hard to move my business again. So I'm likely going to stay here a while. That's the mentality of these other brokerages. And we're saying you deserve better. We're not going to bullshit you here. We're going to have uncomfortable conversations because we want to be that first brokerage that actually has standards and holds our agents to higher standards. We're not just a revolving door where we're taking anybody. We are invite only. We're invite only for a reason because I've taken a chance on some new national brokerages and then I started pioneering the way, and then some douchebag with a terrible reputation comes in, and all of a sudden my reputation is aligned with this D-bag. And due to no fault of my own, now nobody wants to do business with this entire brokerage based on who this brokerage allows in. So we wanted to be invite only, and that's one of the reasons we wanted to be invite only. The other reason is we want to protect our culture. We have such a fierce, amazing culture that we're building. And we had some crazy shit happen in the past 24 hours. And if we didn't have the kind of culture that we have right now, I mean, it could have really just sank the entire brokerage. It really could have. But the agents, go ahead.
No, you're right. I was actually really proud of you guys because I was ready for it to go either way. Like, hey, we're just gonna have to eat crow. And I was like, you guys were like, fuck this. We built this company to screw the man, and not even the man, to screw these people that are playing policy builders, that are playing, it's really funny about this whole situation that we will explain here in a little bit, but they tell us not to practice law in real estate. They tell us, we have these forms, we're here to guide you, but if it gets real nitty gritty and we need to talk about suing somebody or pushing the envelope, we are told by the state, like, we're not attorneys. There's somebody else that'll handle litigation, that's going to handle the mediation. And I thought it was so funny that you guys will hear it here in a second, that an association MLS was enforcing and like putting the hammer down. And I was like, do we really want to do this? Like, did we not learn anything from the settlement? I mean, everybody knows that we're easy targets. And that actually, when you were talking about these big associations, you know what they don't talk about? You know what you agents don't learn? How you have a target on your back and no one teaches you how to minimize that target. They bank on errors and omissions and insurance, and you not reading your ICA agreement, which is your independent contractor agreement. I don't know one agent that I've ever worked with I will put it down. I don't know one agent that has ever asked me as their broker if they could read their errors and omissions insurance and know what it covers. And, I had a heart to heart with an agent the other day doing a closing. And he was like, well, I sent him the pamphlet. And I said, 3 years from now, when your client gets sued and we're called to court and they subpoena our records, I said, they ask you, where that lead-based paint pamphlet was and how you delivered it to the client. What are you going to say? Are you going to have that email from 3 years ago? Did you send it in an email? Did you print it off and hand it to her? I said, if it's not in your file, it doesn't exist. I said, I'm not being an ass for telling you to put these in your file. I'm like, look at it as you have a deal, and everything that happens in that deal, every text message, every email, every correspondence, every piece of data you consider to give guidance needs to be in that file. Because if it's not in your file and your broker goes to court, you know what your broker is going to say? You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, they had this channel and this channel to upload their files, and we reminded them at closing to upload all their correspondence and all their data, and they didn't do it. And you know what? They look at you, the agent, and they're like, well, why didn't you do it? And they're like, well, I didn't know it was that important. I didn't think I was going to get sued 3 years later. None of us think we're going to get sued. But you know what? I can't blame you, because you never had a broker that told you that it's not if you get sued, it's when. And by the way, I have sat on a stand and looked the judge in the eye, and that is the most intimidating situation you will ever be in, because you are not in control at that point. You are at the mercy of attorneys that went to school a lot longer than you and play this game a lot better than you. And you have a judge that can go either way. And let me tell you, they don't care if your buyer's wrong. They don't care if your seller's wrong. You know what they care about? The first thing they pull is that agent file. 99.9% of that time, at a time, that agent file isn't like an attorney's file. But you know what? They examine it like it's an attorney's file. So to me, that is the real disappointment of our industry, is that these agents come into this business wanting a better life, wanting a better future. And you have an industry that is set up to make them the biggest target. And we're not going to do that here. We may hurt your feelings, but let me tell you, that file is going to be tight. And if you take me and that agent to court, we gonna get you. We are going to do it to the best of our ability. We're going to check all the boxes. We're going to give the best advice and guidance we can, but we're not going to play that game. So all the agents out there that are with other firms, I kind of gave you a little cheat code to actually how you're being used and what you're not learning. And that's exactly why you're not making six figures. If you know what you're doing, it's real easy. It's a lot of hard work, but it's real easy to make 200, 300,000 in this business and more. But you can't play the dog and pony show of thinking that being hee-haw Mr. Realtor day in and day out selling homes is where you make your money. The billionaires that sell real estate or make money in the real estate business, the Donald Trumps, the Grant Cardones, they ain't fucking flipping houses. You can't fucking stay there. You want to be successful in real estate, you have to grow. You have to do special divisions. You have to get an investment. You have to get in commercial. You have to buy real estate for yourself. You have to grow a team. But you will never be the dream millionaire, billionaire in real estate just being a residential agent. And some people really don't understand that. Their broker sells them the idea that they are going to be a multi-millionaire flipping houses in Podunk, Alabama. No. You become a Donald Trump and a Grant Cardone when you learn how to use the business and all the platforms that it offers you.
Amen. That is actually a great lead in, Lindsey. So Lindsey really did blow my mind. She really did expand my mind by talking about special divisions and why it's so important. So we want to talk about what sets this brokerage apart. I'll tell you right now, we are creating special divisions. I don't know about any other brokerage that's going to start offering pathways to commercial, pathways to farm and ranch, pathways to luxury. They have these special divisions at these other brokerages, but maybe they do a cute class and then they like feed you to the wolves. We actually have programs that we're developing to teach you how to get into that side of things, because that's where the richest agents are. They're actually not realtors. The richest real estate agents in the industry are not realtors. They are commercial, farm and ranch, luxury, all these special divisions, high level stuff. So let's talk about that, Lindsey. You're taking the lead on this whole gigantic division. So let's talk about this.
I liked it. I shot Olympic style shotguns, and it was a secret society. I had no idea. Like, I shot shotguns in America, and I did American skeet, American trap, and I kind of compare it to swimming. You have like the breaststroke and freestyle. Um, but then there was a whole international game with shotguns that you could only learn about if you knew somebody that did it. And then there was only like 20 public facilities in the United States. So you kind of had to be in with somebody who was already doing it and they liked you and told you where to go find a coach, train, what kind of gun you needed. Like I said, total secret society. If you try to break into luxury or a farm and ranch or commercial, um, if you don't have some balls and know somebody, you're not getting in. And once you get in, you have to prove yourself, because there are people that will not pick up the phone. They will not look at your listing. Find it funny when agents, like, they pick up a deal and they put it online. And I remember being in our offices and, like, we're not going to expose our billionaire clients to a listing listed by Susie High Heels, because we are not going to take the chance to lose a billionaire client we worked with for like 20 transactions. And it's so funny. They're like, oh, that just doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you just do the deal? And I was like, because the one deal could ruin our reputation with a client that makes us millions of dollars. Um, and so that respect, that knowledge is why it is not hard to get into, but why they set the bar to where you have to have this level of education. You have to be well spoken. You have to have drive. You have to have grit. And you're in it for the long haul, because most of special divisions is a long game. It's a rewarding game, but it's a long game. It's also high risk, high reward, lots of money coming in, lots of money coming out. I mean, this is a small little, the deal behind me, this is 950,000. It's a 10-acre tract on a major highway. The clients and I had a great conversation. It's very raw and undeveloped, but on the road frontage it's on, it's very well seen and known, with high development in the wine country of Texas. And we knew, hey, we're looking at 2 years. And there's agents out there that just don't get it. They see the dollar signs and they're like, oh, I'm going to give that a shot. The one thing I love about what we're doing here, we're going to set you up for success. We're going to put the curriculum together like going to college. You have your minimums, you have your 101 course, 102 advanced. We're not going to sugarcoat it for you. But if you want to put in the work, we're going to provide that pathway to get you into the industry. We're going to introduce you to our contacts, have a great agent who does residential and commercial, finding out that she's in a massive agricultural area, and she's getting a lot of these land listings. Mind you, they can go development, but also because you're speaking farm and ranch, and introducing her to our land lenders. And okay, let's get you in with that curriculum. This particular deal we're working on is probably going to go development. However, this opens up the pathway for us to talk about, well, what if this probably was going to be a ranch that changes hands to another landowner? And how would we need to speak to those individuals? What does the marketplace in which we do the advertisement, what does that look like? If we have a problem with a well, who do we call? If we need to talk about land lending, who do we call? And so even introducing that agent to the Rolodex of contacts and being able to hand that agent off, like, they'll tell you, I sent out 20 text messages and I said, hey, I want to introduce you to our new agent in this area. We have a land listing. Just wanted to make sure that she knew your contact and what resources that you had for this particular type of real estate. There's so many individuals would never, ever share their contacts with you. I'm excited because we're going to build a team of agents that are going to be trained correctly. Obviously, 2026 in real estate is a game changer because we have post-settlement corrections. And mind you, a lot of people say, well, post-settlement corrections didn't affect commercial, didn't affect farm and ranch and luxury. And I'm like, no, that's not true. I said, you do have to understand what's happening in the industry as a whole to understand to be able to talk to not only your clients, but other agents, because there's so much misinformation out there. And also it's really helped me negotiate understanding both sides of the track, because there'll be some misinformation, and an agent will believe it's true because their broker said it, and then I can come and very kindly say, okay, actually that's not correct. The reason we're negotiating the contract this way, the reason we're offering seller's concession or buyer's concessions, or the reason we wrote the deal this way was because of XYZ, and it was to protect the client, to protect the brokerage, or in compliance with, I mean, literally, we just had, new policies roll down March 1st. And people are still like, what's happened? What? I didn't know I can't do that. Well, then Zillow makes an announcement, and all these other MLSs are like, oh, we're going to do coming soons again. And it's like, make up your fucking minds. We just learned how to do it the other way. So staying in the know, offering a pathway and maybe some sanity and some clarity to agents that have what it takes, but they never had the opportunity.
So let's talk about exactly you have taught me so much about the importance of special divisions, and that it's not just like, oh, take a class and then you're in. Lindsay's taught me about she's blown my mind, first of all, on the farm and ranch division just alone. So let's talk about, let's say I'm an agent. Let's just pretend I'm an agent. And then I'm a new agent to the brokerage, and I bring in this $5 million farm and ranch listing, and I'm really excited about the commission on this. Walk me through my first listing, what that would look like at MyRECo in our special divisions, and
Well,
why we have these parameters in place.
absolutely. So first things first, we always have to make sure that we're compliant with our state. The state of Texas, because Texas is so big, we have 254. Somebody's going to quote me on, somebody's going to correct me. It's either 254 counties or it's 258 counties. But we are basically, the state of Texas is like 6 states put together. So think if you're over here in Alabama and you try to go sell something on the Florida side of Texas. Yeah, different water, different soil, alligators, crocodiles, like, yeah, not in the same neighborhood, not in the same state. So the state of Texas has very strict guidelines of an agent has to operate within their
They're all
company.
saying 254 is correct.
Thank you, 254. And mind you, some of those counties are like the size of Rhode Island. So Connecticut.
It's not. That is
Oh,
not.
oh yeah. Don't even get me started. Try driving it. Going back to Texas is, I wouldn't say strict, but they're very clear on their guidelines, and it's to protect the agent from themselves, the brokerage from themselves, and that commission. You have a fiduciary responsibility to your client and offering your client not just the best service, but the most qualified service for what they're selling. So first, where is it located? Is it located in a county that you are familiar with? Because we have oil and gas issues on a high level. We have water issues on a high level. And mind you, the water here is not the same as the water in the next county over. Not to mention any type of county legalese. We also have wildlife exemptions because we deal with a lot of wild animals. We have a lot of agricultural exemptions because we have a lot of ag, not just cattle. And the list is it goes on a mile long. Let's not even talk about, by the way, we have timber. We have different types of timber. We have different types of diseases in our trees. So we're just thinking about that. We have an agent that comes and are like, hi, I have this client and they want to sell their ranch. I'm like, that's great. You have a client. You sell residential houses. One, it's obvious you have only done this particular type of transaction. You have a client that has something completely different. There's different paperwork, there's different attorneys. So what that means is we're going to have to, if first, is this a pathway you even want to choose? You're Susie High Heels in the country club. You don't own a pair of snake boots. You don't have a truck. You don't have four-wheel drive. You don't have a buggy to drive people around ranches. You don't know how to talk the talk. If another buyer comes up, what are you going to say? What you actually have is a referral. which is why first we try to identify our agents when they come in and say, hey, if this is something you want to do, then let's get you started with the education. Because it's really hard to fill out a contract if you've never read it before. And that is a major disservice to your client. And by that time, most agents are like, wow, I'm obviously taking on something I can't take on, even though I got really excited and I want to help my person. So that's why when we do a pathway, we partner them. We hope to catch them before this, but sometimes this happens. Okay, if you're serious about it, here's the curriculum. And it normally consists of about 20, 25 to 30 hours of CE curriculum that's at a high level. And then also too, you're partnered at minimum for 3 deals with an advisor. And it's someone that has done this for 3 years or longer, and that does have that criteria. So out of getting the nitty gritty out of the way and hurting, not sugarcoating it, we get them. What you do is you actually are referring it to a competent party because the state requires that. Because let's face it, if you get sued, guess what's going to happen? Okay, so you got this client that you know nothing about the deal, and you took pictures and put it on the MLS, and you made a pretty description, but you have 0 experience with land. You have 0 experience with minerals. You can't prove the state minimum of you've done this type of transaction 3 times. And by the way, we pulled up your history in Texas. We can pull up your history of continuing education. You have not taken 1 farm and ranch class. An attorney will eat you for like it's bad news bears for whatever reason. It's going to be bad. The pathway is now the agent digs in and takes their curriculum alongside the advisor. The advisor shows them the checklist. The advisor tells them how to look. We're going to look at the land. We're going to walk the land. Here's the pros. Here's the con. Here's the due diligence we have to have.
And they
Have
get to
that.
watch how the advisor like interacts with the client and the paperwork that the advisor uses. They take kind of like a back seat and you talked about referral. I call it shadow referral, right? They get to walk around and see how the advisor actually handles this listing, signage that they didn't know they would need to have, certain tools that you use in farm and ranch that they didn't even know they were supposed to use and pay thousands of dollars for, to use to make sure that they maximize the exposure of the listing.
Well, the other half of it that normally ends up happening when we do a deal backwards is, there's an entire, when you're talking about a listing, there's an entire just getting the property shovel ready, actually analyzing the property. Is it even a good deal? I've had scenarios where I've been brought a deal and I'm like, hey, there's like 4 easements on this property. There's 2 gas pipelines. They sold the minerals. Did you know there's a blanket easement on here? So that basically means a blanket easement, which some people have never heard of this. Some people know an easement, like that's a road that goes across the property. Well, some utility companies, if they're not sure they're ever going to use this property again, they'll put what's called a blanket easement. So they will actually put a blanket and then later can decide where they put the road. So somebody else will buy it and you'll look in the title and sometimes it's overlooked. And I said, by the way, you do realize that at any time this utility could come in and put an easement wherever they want because they have a blanket easement over the property, not a finite easement. And I've had people who are like, hell no. Like, we want to build XYZ, and you're telling us that basically we have lost, we have no rights over this. And I've had deals where I've had to say, listen, based on your price point and based on what we're dealing with, I don't feel comfortable moving forward. They don't want to clear up any clouds on the title that we found, liens, oil and gas issues, issues with heirs. It's very common to have a lot of extra hands in the cookie jar. And so like, I tell agents, I said, you have to, normally if there's an issue where the agent's coming with a deal they shouldn't represent, there's also probably an issue where they don't know how to profile the deal. That is it even worth taking on? Because it comes to a point where you can't work for free. You can't work past your business means. And if a client does not understand that, if a client doesn't want to listen to your consulting, or they're completely clueless, or they want to do something unethical, which I've had happen. Hey, we're going to hide this, we're going to do that. And it's like, I am not down for that. But a new agent's not going to know that there's, a dipping vat where they used to use poison to dip the goats out back. I mean, that's actually common where we come from. I can't tell you how many dipping vats I've come across. And mind you, there is a very political way to handle them, and they're not a big deal if you're a farm and ranch girl. But if you're an agent that sells a former working ranch to a first-time landowner, and technically you could have a whole
Okay, so
environmental.
let me just say, how many people out there have heard of half the shit that Lindsay's mentioned in this? Like, how many people have heard of even a tenth of the things that a fucking dipping vat? That's like literally, I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, like
Um,
it was, instead of spraying animals, they'd have a little tank full of we'll just say poison, but it was to get the fleas and ticks and parasites off the animals, so the animals would
Mickey
walk around.
commented with 4 goat emojis.
Yeah, you can Google it. I mean, there's a safe way to do it, but back in the day, we used to use a lot of chemicals we probably shouldn't have used, and they're in the soil. And like I said, there's a way to remedy that. But if you don't even know what to look for, if you don't know, like, oh, what's that little structure with that old fence over there? Is that a dipping vat? Like, I see this. I actually was at a friend's ranch the other day, and mind you, they run it wholeheartedly. And I was like, is that what I think it is? And they're like, yeah. I was like, it's an old dipping vat. And I'm like, okay, cool. But there's so many hazards on a ranch that an agent doesn't even know to ask for. And I think my biggest thing is that I know you want to do best by your client, and I know you want the opportunity to get a big paycheck. But at the same time, you don't know what to look for, and the dangers are so massive. And it's amazing how we just don't think about, I could lose my house. I could lose not even my license. I could lose my house. I could be in litigation for 7 years. Because let me tell you, we have 4 years to be sued. But if you get sued in year 3.5 and they take 3 more years for discovery, do you want to tie up your life? And it's so crazy because brokers never taught them about the ways that you can get into trouble. Also, how you can learn to use those avenues to be successful. And I hate to be gloom and doom, but you can go online right now and you can see Susie High Heels that has a ranch listing, and she listed it just like a house, and it looks pretty. But I'm like over here going, Susie High Heels, you got 17,000 ways to be sued and lose your license. If a buyer's rep who also doesn't know what to look for, if you guys get into a deal and the buyer and seller have remorse.
Every time you say Susie High Heels, Brian posts a high heel emoji. And I'm just watching the chat light up. Mickey makes a good point. She says soil PSI tests. She also mentioned geographic competency. And then Debbie also says that the footprint of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas is the size of Maine.
Yeah. I've had other brokers call me and they're like, Lindsey, I don't feel comfortable with my agents doing it. Literally, other brokerages have called me in confidence and said, I have an agent that has this deal. And they had 3 land deals. And I evaluated US because it can lend residential, fine as residential. They had one out in the county. They were in Dallas. It was out in the county, kind of near the Pearsall area, which there's oil play in the Eagleford Shell. That's what the region's called, the Eagleford Shell. And I was like, listen, I don't know that area and I wouldn't touch it. I said, I would refer it. Here's 2 brokers that I work with. I said, I would tell you, refer it to these brokers. They know the knowledge of oil and gas in that area, because if there's any oil and gas play whatsoever, one, we can't touch oil and gas, but it's attached, to the real estate. We sell the top, we sell the surface rights, but for those that don't understand this, oil and gas is what we call the dominant estate. It's dominant over the top, even though the top's on top. So you're selling this, and it's like, well, who owns this? Who controls this? What power do they have? Can they build a road on my property? A lot of people have saw landman. It can be really scary when you're in those sections of Texas where somebody else owns the mineral estate and it is dominant, but it's unseen.
Damien
And
says, I've recently watched Landman, so I'm pretty sure that makes me an expert. I do want to say real quick though, how fortunate these agents in Texas are to have you as a broker, because you guys, Lindsey she's asked to speak at other brokerages, literally about what she's talking about right now. Other brokerages have her in, and they want her to speak about, farm and ranch and what separates it and everything. So the fact that we have her at my real estate company to develop our agents, and you've already taught me so much. You've taught me so much. You've taught Holly. It's just been amazing. So I love that. By the way, so Brian made these custom emojis on Twitch. Some of them are inside jokes. So you know how like the fire emoji is my thing. He made a custom fire emoji, and it's like the most used emoji right now in our Twitch stream. Mickey says we have a kick-ass broker and did several raised hands emoji. And then we also remember how we had the buzzwords jar instead of a swear jar. We have the buzzwords jar. So he put an emoji like that. He even created one of those.
you know what? It's really funny. We should have had like a drinking game bingo for this. I'm surprised that we haven't dropped one F-bomb
6
yet.
states would be on the bingo card.
You know what? The F-bomb has not happened yet, which that would have been on the bingo card.
It's absolutely happened. You've said it a million times.
Oh, I didn't know. Fabulous, fun.
Brian says, yes, it has. And then also, Holly asked if there was a bee emoji, and Brian did absolutely make a bee emoji. And then, and Damien says, fuck, yes, it has. And then Brian says, bad language lowers respect for you. And why he's saying that is because there's a bot following us around on our true crime and real estate on YouTube. And this bot keeps saying that bad language lowers respect for you.
Listen, my fucking president drops the F-bomb, so I can drop the F-bomb.
Yeah.
You know what my excuse was before that? My Italian grandma drops the F-bomb at 92, so I can drop the F-bomb. I've been saying the F-bomb since I was 12, thanks to my grandma. So
Mickey goes literally the whole show. This has been like the F-bomb. I love how you're like, we've been so good. We haven't cussed or anything. Like, at least I'm aware of it. And then Brian goes, that's not the only bombs he drops. Our president.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so you know what? It's 9 o'clock. What subject do we want to close
You know what
out
we
with?
didn't cover? We didn't cover the drama that we went through.
Let's spill the tequila.
Let's spill the tequila.
I think this is really actually important to talk about though. It was, you guys, it was so crazy. I was absolutely horrified that this happened. And again, I'm so relieved that I have, Holly, Lindsey, I have very smart individuals, but to lean on in a time like this. But here's what happened.
Set the stage. Set the stage because set the stage because I got a phone call and it was like a bomb got dropped.
Apocalyptic, yes.
No, well, it was a tiny bomb. We thought it was a big deal. And then we're like, we're going to drop the big bomb. But like, set the stage as to how ridiculous this started.
So an agent of ours lets us know that all of our agents, including our state broker, is showing up as dropped members on the list at the local association. And it happens to be, as CEO of this entire entity, it happens to be my former local association. So I'm like, huh, that's weird. It's just got to be an honest mistake. Like,
Do we
we'll
not pay a
clear.
bill? Do we not pay
Well,
our
yeah,
money?
exactly. I'm like, we'll clear this up right away. I apologize. I have no idea why that would possibly be. And so we look into it, and apparently, no phone call, no warning, no nothing. An email was sent saying, basically, we don't want your kind here. It essentially said, Sandi Burnett wrote an article on LinkedIn. And because of this article stating that you have a separate non-NAR brokerage, we have no room at our association for any of you. So because that was Holly's primary association and it dropped, Holly being our state broker, it dropped her. Then it pushes out a notification to the rest of the associations, the local associations in Iowa, and it began dropping all of the agents across Iowa. Iowa's like our home state. They started like just dropping all of our agents. We checked with Des Moines. Des Moines fucking dropped our agents. We're like, oh my God. And I was freaking out at this point because I'm like, how dare they? But also, what's weird is our model isn't new or innovative. How we're expressing it, how we're marketing it, how we are allowing agents to operate under it, that is new. Okay. But other brokerages have paved the way in the past and currently with this association. So I get a hold of Lindsey. I'm absolutely horrified, but I do have to say how amazing our brokerage is. Yeah, Holly goes, I guess I'll just go fuck myself. Um, and honestly, our agents, they could have been completely shitty with us. Like they have every right to be furious. I was like, they're gonna leave. Our agents are gonna leave, and I don't blame them. Like, this is it. It's game over for me because these, big NAR dropped the hammer and completely cut off my agents. But you know what? They were like, no, Sandi, that's the last thing on our mind is blaming you personally. We want to know why this happened. We want to know what is going on. And so I'm like, yeah, I would love to know why this happened or what's going on as well. And then once I kind of got my bearings together and I realized that these agents had my back, I started to get very angry. I was like, this was a personal attack against me, and they know the easiest and most effective way to hurt me is through hurting my agents. And how fucking disgusting is that?
Well, and not even hurting the agents, but hurting the clients. The clients made a commitment with the agents being
Yes.
association. Okay, it's not association, because let's be clear, it's a really gray to a lot of people that outside, if you're public, if you're not a part of our industry, you know, you're an association MLS listing service, a board, and you buy in as a member, and with that membership comes the perk to list the property on that association MLS, and you sign the policies and procedures and you accept the guidelines, and your broker accepts the guidelines. And that's what we did. And somebody got mad that we had a completely different
Completely
LLC,
separate entity.
completely separate entity with its own licensing number
Yes.
and its own group of agents. And it got mad that we are, there are people that do this, but we don't publicly talk about it. And I think everyone's so scared of losing members. They're like, I'm assuming here, it's like, let's nip this in the butt, because they're basically telling everybody how they can have association membership agents and non-membership agents, and we don't make any money as a membership association, and we don't want to be an open association, which, mind you, a lot of MLSs have become open. A lot of association MLSs have become open to all members, all licensed state members. And the thing that blew my mind most, and I stopped and said, listen, I know right now one broker in your MLS that does exactly what you do, and they're bigger than us. Did they get served a notification? And you were like, nope, they didn't. And I was like, you know what? You better call them up and have their attorneys call them. I demanded, if you're going to kick all of us out because of this this business structure we have, which is completely legal and within the guidelines, and we designed it to be in the guidelines. We designed this business to be within the guidelines for our licensed agents so they can choose. And you're going to kick us out, but you're not going to kick at minimum the 5 other members we know that have the exact same setup. That is where I had a problem when you called me at, I don't know, 9 o'clock at night after I had a few fucking cocktails. And I was like so proud of myself for thinking straight. And I was like, make this phone call, make this phone call. And I'm very proud of our agents, because outside looking in, people are like, well, you know, why do you need to have 2 brokerages? And why can't you just be an association member like the rest of us and be realtors? And I'm like, you know what? There's a whole 50% of real estate agents that don't operate in residential. You're going to tell every commercial agent to go join an association, and they have to put all their listings, and they have to put the price, and our business is too different.
All we wanted to do was give agents a choice. The worst part is, Lindsey, how many times have I said to you, let's make sure we are not anti-NAR. Let's make sure we're not promoting anti-NAR propaganda. We just want agents to have the freedom. We want freedom agents to have the freedom to choose. So the fact that they came at us like this completely cut our agents' business off at the end, at the knees.
It's all that all of you join, or none of you are a part of what we're doing.
Yeah. And honestly, Lindsey, we did lose an agent today. Like, one agent was like, hey, I can't deal with this. And that's exactly what these associations, I definitely, I don't blame her one bit. This is not her fight. You know what I mean? And she's like, I don't want to worry about my MLS getting turned off. And I don't blame her one bit, but that's exactly what these associations were banking on. They were banking on marking us. They were banking on professionally embarrassing us. And matter of fact, when one of our agents, Damien, he put out a video today explaining what happened. Hey, I'm no longer a member of QCAR, and Hometown Association of Realtors was more than happy to accept our business and accept my membership, as we are a brokerage in good standing with NAR. And so I was really proud of him for putting out that video. But you want to know what happened? People started calling him to recruit him. Hey, why don't you just leave that brokerage? Why don't you come over to my brokerage where it's easy?
Why? Because guess what's going to happen in 2 to 3 years when NAR goes bankrupt and all these associations go open? The writing is on the wall, everybody. The writing's on the wall. The settlement and the lawsuit was the eye-opener to explain the issues that have been there for a long time. And now we're seeing, like I said, November, that little MLS, national MLS policy change. And you know what? I don't belong. I say this as an agent. As a broker, obviously, I have to belong to NAR because we have agents on the other side of the track that belong to NAR. But in my mind, when I talk about me, Lindsey, the farm and ranch broker, I don't belong to an association MLS. And MLS stands for multi-listing service. Now we have multi-listing services like CoStar, Land.com, Loop. Multi-listing service is a marketplace. It's a marketplace in which I advertise my products. So it could be association-based and non-association-based, and that's something we're having a hard time when we regurgitate the word MLS. But the writing is on the wall when the National Association of Realtors in November spit out that March 1st of 2026, during the holidays, they spit out a 16-page policy adaptation that says March 1st, 2026, it will be put on the local associations of how they would like to outline membership. If they
Because
want to,
they don't want the liability anymore. NAR's like, hey, we've gotten this shit suit out of us. We don't want to deal with this liability anymore, so we're going to leave it up to the local associations. Mickey comments, I'd reread association bylaws. There's a due process for everything. Apparently, there's not a due process for somebody that writes an article on LinkedIn who is not even a member of NAR, by the way. I'm not even a member of NAR. I wrote a LinkedIn article, and the LinkedIn article wasn't even anti-NAR. It wasn't even anti-NAR. It was pro-choice for our agents, pro-freedom for our agents.
they didn't like that you were offering a choice that wasn't their membership.
Yeah. Holly says, to paraphrase, and this is literally the email, to paraphrase the email, I have attached an article found on LinkedIn regarding Sandi Burnett and My Real Estate Company 2, which is our separate entity. From this article, My Real Estate Company 2 is not a limited function referral company and is a non-NAR brokerage. Yep. At this time, we do not have a place for non-realtor brokerages, so we will be discontinuing your membership at this time. My Real Estate Company 2 did not apply for membership. My Real Estate Company, who by the way is in good standing with NAR, was the membership company.
Was there justification because Holly was part owner of both companies that they were gonna ball it together?
I have no idea. They didn't cite a rule violated. They literally just sent an email that said that, and that was it. And Brian says, what a great way for them to show the benefits of NAR than to kick people out.
And side disclosure, it wasn't NAR, it was the MLS Association MLS. It was
they
the
quote it. They're acting like they're enforcing NAR's, guy, which is why I'm like, we're in good standing with NAR. It was the local association. Mickey says, right, my real estate company is a NAR member. She says, even NAR agents, or she says, even NAR says we agents have and brokers have a choice. And then Damien says, so I scanned the article. Doesn't the QCAR require you to be a member of NAR to be a member? Yes. I don't know the ins and outs of your brokerage, but I imagine that's why, if the head isn't part of NAR. Well, so no, that's if I have my license with the brokerage. My license is held at My Real Estate Company.
So we have a brokerage.
I can still be a staff member at this brokerage. Yep. I can still run the brokerage. I can still do what I need to do. My license is held with My Real Estate Company too. If you look me up in the state of Iowa, it is not with My Real Estate Company. It's with
somebody,
and he said that was a comment on his video post. So he was quoting a comment that somebody asked about. So that's my response, Jamie.
My one, I know it's confusing if you don't, one, you're not an attorney and you didn't dig into the details. My Real Estate Company and My Real Estate Company 2 are two separate business entities with two separate brokerage license numbers. Granted, our names are very, very close together, but we are two different brokerages. And like Sandi had said, she is a My Real Estate Company 2 agent. Now, is she the CEO of My Real Estate Company? Yeah, she's a staff member. Do you know how many staff members are at all these other major brokerages and they don't have an NAR membership? They don't have an active license. Like, they don't belong to a local board. I think somebody really got confused about the names and the brokerage numbers, and somebody just got their panties in a wad. But at the same time, what they did was so dramatic and serious. You played with someone's livelihood in someone's house that they were selling. You played with a consumer. And no offense, in the state of Texas, we have consumer protection notice. If I was a consumer, I would be calling the state asking why a board of realtors is fucking with my livelihood because of a news article and a misunderstanding of how a business LLC, two business LLCs and two separate license numbers are being ran. I told you guys from the beginning, call a fucking attorney, class action lawsuit. We all know the reason why the National Association of Realtors wrote that 16-page MLS policy saying we're going to give it to the locals, because they were not going to be a part of the shit show that is about to go down. And I will tell you, we have been trying to educate our agents and educate others. This is going to happen to everyone. This affects everyone. Know the rules, know the policies, know where you stand, know your rights. Just because someone can write a policy doesn't mean it's legal. Just because they cut your MLS off doesn't mean it's legal. Like, there's trade association laws. I mean, the DOJ came after the National Association of Realtors on how we negotiate buyer's rep commission. To me, screwing with someone's MLS and dropping a client from actively being sold and having a contractual agreement with an agent to help them do the job, that's screwing with your livelihood. The fact that we have gotten here is, in my mind, embarrassing. By the way, special divisions, non-NAR people, the reason why you never hear from us or you haven't heard us talk about this is because we're over here making millions and billions of dollars, not dealing with the drama. We are just like, it's going to sort itself out eventually. It will. It will sort itself out eventually, but you got to look at the facts. And we have taught these facts. You guys can go back and watch Twitch. You guys can go, I'm going to stream this later on my private channels. You can watch. Somewhere along the line, the National Association of Realtors, which is a membership association that you can belong to. You get your license from your state. But in addition, you can belong to an association, rah-rah-ree. That's great. Somewhere along the line, that association decided to make some extra cash. And they sold the data we put in our private associations to public entities to go out into the internet, to do the Zillows, to do the Realtor.coms. And then they allowed those people to now sell that data back to us, to sell us back our leads. When once everybody used to walk into our office and ask us to help them. Well, I don't need you anymore. I can go online and search. I don't need you anymore. I'm just going to click this button. I saw your listing, but it says this agent is better. This agent has 5 stars. So I'm going to call that agent. That organization did that to y'all. It did it to all of us. Because even the ones that don't use it, you still harmed our image. Everybody calls us realtors. I'm not a realtor. I'm a licensed broker. I'm a farm and ranch agent. Mm-hmm. I didn't opt in to that. But the propaganda and the decades of the way we did business has brainwashed and caused for pretty bad training in our industry, which has put us in this position, which is why the industry had this massive settlement, which is why there's a massive course correction, which is why there's an uproar and Compass is like, screw you, and this, and Zillow, and all these mergers are happening because this has to stop. It's not fair trade. It's not the little business owner, real estate agent having a choice to just go out and do their job. They have to pay thousands of dollars to have a label, to use a service, to do this marketing, to keep up with the Joneses. And it's bankrupting us all. And you know what? The only person it hurts, like you said, Sandi, is the agent.
Yep. And then obviously me, because that's like the deepest cut. It's the deepest cut. Brian says, I can use ChatGPT. And Holly goes, so many agents think we can't practice real estate without being a member of an association. She says, I will show them how tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central.
You know what? And I'll show them I do it every day. I'm about to list 2 residences in a market that's heavy in an association-based MLS. You know, it's like I said, I was telling people it's about the marketplace. Where do you market your listings? Where do you market your product? Just like any business, I'm selling a product. What marketplace do I put it on? How do I know how to leverage that marketplace? How do I know how to leverage the contacts? Unfortunately, some agents have never left the training and knowledge that they were taught, that they've never left that tunnel to see if there are other options. There are 1,000 other options now. if you're willing to learn. And we have the pathways to learn.
Thank you so much, Lindsey. This was amazing. Lindsey, I want you to stay on the line, but we are going to end the live stream. I have to. Do you want to try to close this out, Holly style?
No, but I'll tell you, I'm out. I'm out. That's the
Okay.
bell. We're out of tequila.
Message us if you need us. We are here for you. You all started this morning with a blank slate at 0. So go out and find yourself a buyer, a seller, or
and a shot of tequila.
Have a good one, everybody. Bye.
Bye.